And we're back with some Trails of Cold Steel 2. And honestly, right now, your boy's running a bit of a fever. Really don't feel all that well. I didn't want to allow 2 days to pass without recording, especially now that I'm back. So I decided to record even while feeling under the weather. So I guess what we'll do, I probably won't record for long, but I'll speak to some NPCs. Anyway, hopefully you guys are doing well. I'm doing good, outside of me just feeling, feverish. Nothing out of the ordinary has happened since that day now. Although as far as where Elise and Princess Alphen have been taken, I fear we're still none the wiser. Nothing good comes from impatience. All we can do is take things one step at a time. I suppose you're right. And on that note, you need to take your recovery one step at a time and get some sleep. Sharon kindly volunteered to take over the housework for me. Thanks to her, I'm free to sit and talk with your father as much as I please. That being said, while I may be free of my usual duties for now, I have plenty of your father's to take on in his place. Hey, shout out to Moms, man. She really holding it down right now. I don't doubt that. Can't imagine how exhausted you must be right now, Mom. Just try not to overdo it, okay? You're always so sweet, Rain, but don't you worry, I'm perfectly fine. Hey, mothers are strong. For now, your father needs his rest. Which means his usual work will fall to me for the time being. And don't you worry, Rain, I'm happy to do what I can. Hello, son. As you can see, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. Take care of things in the village for me, will you? Of course. You take care of yourself in the meantime, alright? Not just for your sake, but for everyone else's too. Every time I see you, I feel like you've grown. It does me good to know I've raised a son as reliable as you. Oh, the wholesomeness, man. I won't let you down, Dad. Time really does fly. It's hard to believe how much you've grown. Oh, my thanks for the goddess for allowing you to grow to be such a fine young man. What a wonderful thing to hear from your parent. Seriously. Sharon's probably in the kitchen, huh? Let's sleep. Nothing like a good rest in front of a crackling fire. Especially when it's this cold. How do you people deal with winters like this? I mean, you're probably used to the climate, so. I'll tell you what Emma do. She'd make some nice warm milk with a bit of honey on a day like today. Well, I guess there's no telling what she's doing now, though. Oh, look at you, Celine. Over here worried sick about Emma, even though you always want to get on everyone else's case. We've got to find Emma soon, for Celine's sake just as much as hers. Nice to see your dad's woken up. You're doing a good job putting Class 7 back together too. So it's just one good thing after another. If this keeps up, we might even run into Emma before too long. Emma's probably over at Legram with Laura. which will be our next stop. It's a bonding event, right? I believe that's what the yellow means. Why are you doing cooking, Sharon? I thought it might be the best way to make myself useful. Lady Schwarzer and I have been plotting out all sorts of culinary concepts that could aid in your father's recovery. She looks shockingly comfortable in our kitchen. I never gave it much thought before, but seeing an Ouroboros enforcer standing in my house is kinda weird. Is something the matter, Master Ring? Did I make you a favorite dish or something of the sort? Lady Elise is out shopping for ingredients at the moment, so it's not too late to put in any special requests. I would gladly leave deciding the dinner menu to the two of you. It would be just like a married couple. Yeah, Sharon is always trying to set Elise up, man. I respect it. I really do. Whatever you want to make will be just fine. I don't know why I'm wasting my time worrying about her past. You still are Sharon, no matter who she worked for. Well, I've got it on my mind though. I should take some time to ask her a bit about Ouroboros. But we're not gonna do bonding right now, so let's press on. Feels good to be back in Ymir though. Feels like it's been a while since I've been here. Good bandits. Yeah, I'm really relieved too. We owe the goddess our thanks. Yep, it's very good that Pops woke up. Oh, there's Claire. I almost didn't see her. She kinda... Oh, Milliam. I didn't see Milliam for sure. Nice to see that Milliam hasn't lost any of her spark. Even though we really had our work cut out for us back in Nord, I'm glad we managed to resolve the trouble there. Speaking of Nord, I should probably ask. Do you know anything about the Altina girl? Like why she and Milliam both have weird puppets and the same last name? I do. Oh, you do? Why were you acting like you had no fucking clue back there? There's stuff like that that makes people question you about, certain aspects of things. If you keeping everything to yourself. Unfortunately, all of my information is property of the Intelligence Division, and as such, my lips are sealed. Nah, I don't want to hear that. Who cares? But to be blunt, telling you would only serve to confuse you, and we can't afford to have your mind anywhere else right now. Fair point. Oh, what are you guys whispering about? Wait, I see what's going on here. Much whisper, staying close, working together. You're two dating, right? Excuse me? That's your definition of dating? Character notebook updated. Oh yeah, we still have to check it. Because I believe it updated when we got to Ymir as well. Putting Milliam's questionable observational skills aside, I'm glad we have Sharon on our team. She'll prove a valuable asset in protecting this town from the outside threats too. Which means we're safe for now. You should rest up while you can, Reem.
This spot's got the best view of the whole town you can get. Now where am I gonna play today? Someone mentioned a spot where you can snowboard around here. That sounds like it'd be fun.
Nice to see she's making herself at home. If she's interested in snowboarding, she might need some help to get started. Maybe I should go with her. Not right now, we won't. Oh, let's check the... Elisa Reinford, daughter of the Reinford Group chairman, refined and dignified as any noble, but can't turn a blind eye to those in need. Resolve. He resolves to leave Noor behind in order to protect his second home of Ereboni. Swears to return again. Milliam Orion, an intelligence division agent in one of Chancellor Osborne's Iron Blades, has a combat shell called Air Getla. I'm kind of surprised that Milliam, I mean, maybe it'll come into play when you do her bonding event. I'm not surprised she wants to snowboard or whatever, but I just thought she'd be wanting to talk more about the girl, Altina. Milliam's origins. She seems to know something about the connection between Milliam and Altina, but is unable to talk about it. Sharon Kruger, a highly capable maid in service of the Reinford family. Also Enforcer number 9 in Ouroboros. Always forget those numbers, man. Yeah, Kiki and Alf.
Hey Kiki, I just thought of a really important job only we can do. Leave the repairs to adults, dummy. You're gonna get in their way. I'm serious, this job's tailor-made for us. See, look, no one's built the snowman yet.
Uh-oh.
You could at least say something. Snowmen are important, okay? They're like our village mascots and everything. I want to help Mr. Baron put Ymir back to normal, right down to the very last snowman. Since we built all the snowmen together last time, let's build them all together this time too, okay? He can be such a sissy sometimes. Takes more after his mom than his dad, that's for sure.
Damn, Kiki does not hold back at all. Oh my goodness, bro. Called his ass a sissy. Go Alpha. You're gonna have your hands full, man. That wife of mine is causing trouble again, isn't she? Yeah, sorry about that. I'd appreciate it if you help her out with whatever crazy idea she's hatched up, Lord Rain. There's Lisa.
Oh, look who it is. You've come at the perfect time.
I have? I can't say those words fill me with anything other than dread.
Well, why would that be? I never caused anyone trouble.
Oh boy. Spoken like a person that causes people nothing but trouble. Yeah, of course you don't.
Well, anyway, I was saying, Now that we've got so many students here, I was thinking of treating them to this village's specialty to welcome them.
We have a specialty?
Of course we do. We have the manju, the Eastern confectionery that Mr. Kafai brought here. I may have been the one who decided it's the village specialty, but the decision's been made and it is final.
No arguing against that, I suppose. Right. Anyway, so that's what you're going to make.
That's right, there's just one teeny tiny little problem. I'm missing one very important ingredient to make them, and I can't seem to get my hands on it.
Which one?
Azuki beans. You wouldn't be able to get your hands on some for me, would you, Ring?
Well, I can see why you might have trouble getting them. They're not exactly well known here in the Empire. This might actually be pretty difficult, but I guess it couldn't hurt to try. What should I do? We are going to do it, but just not at this moment. Sorry, I would, but I really can't spare the time right now.
Oh really? That's a shame. Well, if you do find some time, come along again later. I'll be waiting.
If I get the chance.
Sharon wants to do some cooking later, so I'm here to stock up on ingredients. She's asked for stuff that'll be nice and nutritious for your dad too.
Thank you so much for doing this. You must be exhausted after that time you spent in Nord too. So try to get some rest if you can.
Thanks, maybe I will. You know, the footpath I passed on the way here might be a great way to do that. I haven't used it since our trip, so maybe I could do with a little dip.
I'm tempted to join her. We will join her, because that's my girl. I'll check out the shops too another time. Trust me, I won't forget, because they probably have a new... It's probably a new Imperial.
I'm gonna head into the mountains for some hunting. Should go well. I used to do it all the time back in the corps. I'll be sure to catch your dad something good to eat.
Thanks, I guess. Still, don't forget the rest. You're really going to need it.
Roger. I'm glad your dad's awake now. I'll be sure to catch him something he'll like for tonight's dinner.
Look at Fee being sweet as usual, even though she's very low-key. My boy, the one and only, ಠಃLove Radinor. I still don't know how to say his last name, but this is my guy. Sharon was kind enough to give us the official Ouroboros seal of approval on Ymir's defenses yesterday. I might be number one of the guild's list of enemies, but everything I've seen out of her is worthy of our trust. Still, the more time passes, the grimmer the situation in the Empire gets. Maybe it's time for me to square things up with the goddess just in case. A little prayer couldn't hurt right now. Maybe I should go join. ಠಃLove's so cool. I'm trying to work on my ಠಃLove voice for him. Because surprisingly, he has a pretty deep voice. I would have never imagined he sounded like that.
Hey, guess what? We're gonna do a test run of the cable car today. If that goes well, it'll be able to resume normal operations tomorrow. Between this and Lord Teo waking up, it feels like there's nothing but good news lately.
I always want to say Teo.
And I'm not complaining one bit after all the stuff after all the stuff that went down a few weeks ago. I'm glad things are finally back to normal.
Couldn't agree more. Well, good luck getting the cable car running again.
Thanks, I appreciate it. There's still plenty of things left to worry about, what with Elise still being missing and all. But moping around doesn't help anyone. We've gotta focus on doing what we can to get things back to normal around. And that's why I'm gonna do all I can to get that cable car running ASAP.
Shout out to our boy Luke.
I'm so glad your dad's finally woken up. Think you might invite him to the hot springs tonight for a little father-son bonding?
Maybe not just yet. He should probably stay in bed until he gets a bit more of his strength back.
Okay, yeah, probably a good idea. Sure, he'd love it if you invited him at some point, though. Honestly, I'd like to bring Dad and Fiona here when things settle down.
Sounds like a good time. You definitely should.
Yeah, sure is cold this time of year. Cold's the worst for musicians too. Makes your fingers all numb and even messes with your instruments.
Yeah, trying to do anything with numb fingers is rough. Even holding a controller. It's crazy.
At least I could take a dip in this foot bath to warm myself up.
Yeah, I used to play a lot of rhythm games, right? Even on my phone. And, when I was in school, if it was like wintertime and I was playing, bro, the amount of missed notes I used to get sometimes for me thinking that I moved my hand to tap, and my hand it doesn't move. It just, I'm so cold. My hands are so fucking numb. I'm thinking I'm moving my hands, but I'm not. Those are good times though, man.
I went to Plover the other day to buy a book, but I ended up buying the wrong one. Silly me. It worked out in the end, mostly because this book is actually quite interesting. I think I might get the next volume even. You should try reading it yourself. I think you'll become a fan too.
Received Gambler Jack 2, Chapter 5. Hey, you don't have to tell me twice. I do love myself some Gambler Jack. Can't wait to get into this second. Shout out to our boy Jack. Thanks, I'll read it if I get the chance.
Now that we can communicate with the outside world again, we're hearing all kinds of rumors. For one thing, there's apparently a really famous Alliance general over in the West who keeps winning one battle after another.
A really famous Alliance general. I know we got 2 name drops. Aren't they generals or something? It said Bardius? Something like that. Bardius and Le Guin.
And then there's the fact that the chairman of the Reinford company is said to have gone missing.
Reina?
There's more too. Pretty much all of it is depressing. I almost wish we didn't know what was going on after all.
Yeah, it really does make you feel that way sometimes, but trust me, it's always better to be in the know. For sure, Masha.
Still, no point in getting down in the dumps. We gotta stay positive. There's plenty to be happy about here at least. Lord Teo's awake, the cable car will be resuming service soon. We just have to believe the future's bright.
Bro, I swear, yeah, you can definitely tell, I have a very high fever and I'm kind of a little out of it because you guys probably think I'm joking when I say I'm not seeing some of these characters. I'm really not. I did not see Gizmo, bro. Yeah, I can't put into words just how relieved I was to hear that Lord Teo is awake. I've known your father since he was a young lad, Master Ring. I'm truly proud to have too. He's very model of a man, a noble should be. I couldn't be happy to hear he's awake. I knew he'd come through eventually. We're all truly relieved that Lord Teo is finally awake. I'll have to take him some more of the mountain's blessings when I next go visit. Well, I appreciate that, Gizmo. Yes, Machias. Wonder where Annabelle is. Lord Schwartz is alright, thank goodness. I do shit never better, I just do it. Mortis, I think you've had more than enough to drink. Never, I was just ready. You can't share with you without a drink of 3. More like 5. Just try not to have so many that you black out, okay? Yeah, it should have been, yeah. I don't think you come right here, Sharon. Yeah, he is out of there. Somebody, please, put a stop to this man. I knew that Lord Teo of all people would never kick the bucket that easily. I'm still happy to know he's awake. Yes, this once I could spend some time with drunken Mortis. I'll bring out some of the strong stuff for him. Next is rescuing that sister of yours, I guess. What do you mean you guess? You're definitely gonna be rescuing Elise. Well, first we need to go find the rest of our classmates. Still got fond memories of the days you'd eat the sweets I'd made with big smiles on your faces. I won't stand for her being kidnapped, so go out there and get her, okay? Damn right, Gerald. Telvon recommended I try the coffee here, and now I can see exactly why. The beans themselves are fairly standard, but the roasting method they're using is giving them a wonderful aroma. Coffee this good pairs perfectly with all these chess game transcriptions I've been reading. Wait, you're reading up on games other people played? You must really love your chess. You could say that. I'd like to think I've gotten better ever since joining the lower class chess club too. And I haven't played in a long time. Reading records like this may be fun, but it's no match for the real thing. You know, I could play against him. Is Annabelle gonna be up here? She honestly might be fishing knowing her. My boy Gaius. I've only been away from the Empire for a month, so I'm kind of surprised by how much I missed it. What a great town to come back to. This village holds a lot of memories for Class 7. I can certainly say that. I'm happy you feel that way. Given that the people here are being gracious enough to host us yet again, I'd like to give them something in return. I just haven't decided exactly what yet. Should I help them out? It's not like I don't owe everyone a lot here. Let's go see our girl Maple in purple. Congratulations on reuniting with yet more of your friends, Masterine. Thanks to that, we now have our 4 new guests staying here at the Phoenix Wings. I'm always happy to have more. I'm sure it won't be long before many of you depart again, but I will serve you as best as I can in the meantime. We're blessed to have been given so much good news one after another like this. Your efforts are certainly paying off, Masterine, and I, for one, am looking forward to seeing what else you accomplish in the days to come. Hey, shout out to Baggins, man. That is purple.
I'm so glad that Lord Schwarzer has finally woken up. Mabel jumped for joy right in front of some of the guests when she heard the news. But I think I can let her off with that just this once. I felt like doing the same myself, to be honest. I wish that we could relay the good news to Lady Elise as well. I suppose all I can do is keep praying that she'll return to us soon.
Where's Maple? I should send something over to the mansion as a gift to celebrate Lord Tail's recovery. Completely unrelated, but looking at you reminded me that Sharon, who you brought back here, seems somehow special. Her every movement seems to suggest she's more than a maid. Perhaps I'm overthinking things, however. Werner, you're a very smart man. Well, she's far more skilled than the average maid, that's for sure. Back when I worked at the palace, I saw countless martial arts experts and skilled warriors. There's just something about her that makes me think she may be one of them too. But perhaps I'm imagining it. Dun, 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 dun. Guys, listen. Dun, 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 dun. I love it, man. Oh, there's Maple. Your father's condition has significantly improved. He's on the mend now. That's not to say he's completely in the clear. He still needs to rest to avoid making his condition worse again. As long as he does that, it should only be a matter of days before he's up and about again. Oh, I continue to be astounded by just how strong a man he is. I'm still amazed at just how quickly your father regained consciousness. As the priest who has been treating him, I couldn't be happier to see such a speedy recovery in my patient. We got Maple and Lisa.
I'm helping Lisa out with making medicine. I always lend a hand when I see someone in need.
Sure, that's what you always say, but then you always end up getting distracted.
Oh, you are so going to regret saying that. Now you listen here, Rainy.
Still, I do appreciate her trying to help Dad out. Everyone's really been trying to pitch in for him.
Being in a chapel always takes me back to my Sunday school years. Those horrible, horrible years. At the moment, all we hold is a young children's class. I'm the teacher for it too. You are? That makes me feel so old. While you were away, a lot of the villagers helped me in gathering medicinal herbs, you know? It was only thanks to all of those that Uncle Teo was able to regain consciousness as quickly as he did. I really can't thank them all enough for what they've done. Maple's helping me make medicine today too. I really do owe a lot to everyone here.
Hey, look at Maple. Maple is so cute. Alright, but we still haven't seen our girl, so she's definitely out fishing. I should call the others if I'm heading out to the valley. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Honestly, wait.
No problem.
Okay.
With pleasure.
Yo, we got Sharon. Look at Sharon. Look at our lovely maid. It's so cute. Oh, look at this run
This spot looks
animation.
perfect for fishing.
That is
Oh, I
adorable.
could probably fish here.
Wait, this is way too cute. This is... Nah, this shouldn't be allowed. Sharon should not be allowed to be this fucking cute, bro. And she had... Oh my gosh. A short-haired maid, man. I love it. It's peak. This is peak. This is peak trails right here. Make Sharon the protagonist. There's our girl. Look at our girl. She's probably still thinking about her bestie Kenneth.
So you're a silver angular now, are you?
Damn, I forgot we leveled up fishing. Are you gonna give me my new rod so I can start fishing again?
This calls for a celebration. Well, if you consider me giving you more items to trade points for something celebratory. And best of all, one of those items is a brand new rod. Try it out and aim for greatness in the fishing world.
I think I'll do just that. Thank you, Annabelle.
Perfect timing, Reen. I've just happened upon a new target. Given its brilliant blue color and massive size, I imagine that it must be quite rare. Just you wait, mysterious fish. I'll have you fished up in no time. You won't escape my line for much longer, my little friend. Especially now that my pride's at stake.
Yeah, I love Annabelle, man. One of my favorite NPCs in the game. I think she's definitely up there. She's up there with Anton and Reiki for me. I think I like her that much. And she's very memorable. Like sometimes she come across NPCs and like you know them or you might remember them, but they're not that. It's not because they're memorable. It's more so that you probably just got a pretty decent memory. But some of the characters that have like certain personalities, you do remember them. Like of course Anton, Reiki. You remember Claire from Sky. She was funny. That's my baby right there. Or even Orvid, you know, or Bond, you know. You remember some of the ones that, you know, you're interested in. Let's get this excellent rod. You already know I'm about to try to go fish.
This spot looks perfect for fishing.
See what we get.
Not bad.
Come on.
Caught one.
The crab. Feel like there's got to be something here for us, man.
Not bad.
Yeah, I feel like we're just gonna get the same thing. Carp.
Not bad.
Yeah, whatever. Let's leave. I believe now we've spoken to everyone, if I'm not mistaken. I believe we have. I might just go back in here and accept our quest.
I've been trying to get my hands on some Azuki beans, but I've been having no luck whatsoever. You wouldn't be willing to try and get me some, would you, Ring?
And wait, did I see Azuki beans? Let's offer to search. Well, admittedly, I'd like everyone to try some manju too. Alright, I'll give it a shot. As uncommon and Erebonian as they are, people do use them from time to time here. But someone somewhere is bound to have some left over. I suppose the best place to start would be with people who do a lot of cooking.
Yay, well, good luck with your search.
Quest. Azuki adventure started.
They've come all the way here, it'd be a shame to let them leave without sampling our specialty dish at once. You can't make manju without Azuki beans though, so if you could find some for me, that'd be just wonderful.
Well, I'll do what I can. We need to speak to people and do a lot of cooking. Let's go to the chef then. He's like the first person that comes to mind. Well, technically, the first person that comes to my mind is Sharon, but I mean, why would Sharon have any? Excuse me, Werner. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course not. Ask away.
Green asked Werner if he had any Azuki beans.
Well, I certainly do use them on occasion in my cooking. They have this unique flavor and texture that makes them for a very interesting addition to certain dishes. Unfortunately, wild monkeys broke into the outdoor storehouse and made off with my entire supply.
Oh, unfortunate. That does happen from time to time. Indeed, it's part of the parcel of living in the mountains, I suppose. Well, thanks for telling me. I try my luck elsewhere. Come to think of it, I know someone else who's big on making confectionery. Maybe I should go and ask him if he has any beans. Not sure, but I think the next person I'm going to go to is probably maybe Gerald. Gerald's a big fan of making sweets, so maybe he has some Azuki beans. It's worth a shot at least. Green asked Gerald if he had any Azuki beans. Oh, you're looking for some of those. I do use them fairly often, yeah. Iki loves the things in pig's form. Do you happen to have any on hand? Afraid not. I did have some, but they were stolen by some wild monkeys just the other day. Damn, these goddamn monkeys. I bet it's the same monkeys that attacked the Phoenix Wing storehouse. They probably got a taste for them now. And I have to be more careful about locking up in the future. Come to think of it, you know one place you might try looking if you want some. Really? A while back, Iki's bean bag split open. It's full of Azuki beans too. They went everywhere. From what I hear, Luke was the one who gave her some replacement beans. Maybe he's still got some left. He's not someone I would have thought of, but it sounds like it's a good lead as any. I'll try asking. Good luck. Alright, let's go speak to our boy Luke. You know what's been bothering me about this guy right here? Well, it's not him. It's just, I keep looking at him. And you know what it reminds me of? It's not him, but it's his fit. Like without the hat. But it keeps making me think about Campanella. Like this color scheme is very close. That's what I keep thinking about. Hey, do you have a minute? Sure, what's up? Ringing asked Luke if he has any Azuki beans. That's kind of an embarrassing question. It is? I'm not sure how it could be. Well, you know how my mom was when I got hired here earlier this year, right? She couldn't stop smiling. She was so happy she even went and made Sekihan to celebrate. She overdid it, of course. We ended up with more leftover beans in the house than we knew what to do with. Forgotten all about that. She only bursts out this Sekihan when it's something worth celebrating too. Think I could take some of those extras off your hands? Actually, Lisa was looking around for some too. So sorry, Reen. I ended up giving the last of it all to her. To Lisa? There's a surprise. I gave her a bunch though, so she might still have a few left. I'm sure she'd give you some if you asked. Can do. Thanks for the tip. Alright. Let's go speak to our girl. They got us roaming all over the place. Per usual. Could I have a moment of your time, Lisa? Of course. What can I help you with? Green asked her if she had any Azuki beans. I certainly do. Luke gave me some not long ago.
I developed an interest in them after hearing they're said in the East to have evil repelling properties. But after looking into them some more, I found out they're also very healthy and nutritious. Perhaps the origin of belief that they repel evil is the fact that they keep you healthy and thus repel evil in that sense.
Yeah, I guess I can understand that.
Father Bernard and I have started putting them in our oatmeal for that very reason.
Really? It's kind of amazing to think of how many things you could do with Azuki beans. If you happen to have any left over, would you mind sharing some of them with me?
No, not at all. Hold on a moment, I'll go and get some. We have plenty left in the storehouse.
Storehouse? Oh no, bro, please tell me. It's not outside, is it?
It is, yes. Why do you ask?
I have a bad feeling about this. You should hurry. I'm coming with you. Oh no. Phew. Looks like the lock's still fine. But here they are. Yo, they're waiting, look. And get out of here. Before you get dealt with these 8 leaves, 1 blaze style. Should have went up there and dig Gale. I should keep them away for a while.
Oh my, that was very impressive. Is that a skill you gained through your training?
I didn't do anything special, really. But as a precaution, I suggest you keep ingredients that monsters are likely to enjoy locked indoors in the future.
No arguments here. But first, I should give you those Azuki beans that you wanted, shouldn't I?
Thanks. My boy Reen loves seeing. He loves the haha. I feel like every one of his dialogues has it for the most part. It wasn't easy, but I managed to find some beans for you. Reen handed the Azuki beans to Camilla.
Yes, thank you so much. I knew I could count on you.
There it is. I'm just glad that all the effort's going to pay off once everyone gets to try your specialty.
You know, they say that the more trouble you go through as a young person, the better off you are later in life. Anyway, now that I have these, time to make some manju.
What? You're going to make them now?
First, we soak the beans in water. Then when they're soft, you boil them like so. Then you add some sugar, boil them a bit more, and then you knead them like this.
Do I really need to be here for this? 2 hours later, Ymir's famous manju were finally complete.
Here you go, all finished, the finest homemade manju you ever did see. Make sure to share them, okay?
Green received enough Ymir manju for everyone. They do look pretty good. Thanks, Camilla. That was exhausting. I guess it was worth helping her after all.
You've proven all over again just how dependable you are, Reen. If I ever need help with anything else, I know who to call.
Uh-oh. Just try not to work me too much. Quest Azuki adventure complete. And we're back for just a bit. I decided to come back since my fever went down. But it's pretty late in the night, and honestly, I normally start editing during this time, but I wanted to see if I can try to get finished with the bonding events. So that way, when we start the next recording session, it'll be that next day. So all we'll have to do is, take care of speaking to everyone, and then we'll be heading on to Legram. But first, let's check the shop because there should be something new. Okay, we got mainly munchies. We got issue 3. Go ahead and give that a read. Breaking. The Pantagruel tours the nation. The Noble Alliance's flagship, the Pantagruel, will reportedly be making a tour of the nation in order to help quell the fear that has been building across the Empire during these fragile times. I can't help but feel fortunate that citizens all across Erebonia will be given a chance to bear witness to His Majesty. As well as even in the midst of war, the Noble Alliance is taking the time to care for the well-being of those caught up in it. A step towards ending the war. It's possible that the Pantagruel's tour may play a vital part in bringing the war to a conclusion. The Noble Alliance has been in a hurry to end it, making it a distinct possibility that this is the latest development may have another purpose behind finally giving our fellow Erebonian countrymen reason to celebrate. One noble from the Ymir province certainly thinks so, telling us, "Such a tour is sure to raise morale among the Alliance's troops. I wouldn't be at all surprised if it resulted in accelerated victories across the country." Will the Imperial family be on board? A small number of reports have been suggesting that in addition to the Noble Alliance Supreme Commander Duke Cayenne and Chief of Staff Lord Rufus Alberea, members of the Imperial family will be aboard the flagship during the tour as well. All evidence is pointing towards them resting privately until now. This may prove to be an opportunity for them to speak to and calm the men and women of the nation. Having only recently been victims of a rebellion by their subjects, we at the Imperial Chronicle wouldn't blame the Imperial family for being disappointed in the rebels. But perhaps they may even use this chance to demonstrate their boundless love for their people and call upon the rebels to surrender. Society, the nation's economy stabilizing. The nation's economy has been in chaos for some time due to goods being unable to move freely around the country, but the Ministry of Finance has announced a gradual improvement to the situation as more regions come under the Noble Alliance's wing. They could not, however, rule out the possibility of additional wartime taxes, leading to cries of despair from certain parts of citizenry. Breaking. Another battle in the West. Western Erebonia has been haunted for a conflict since the beginning of the war, but the Noble Alliance forces have warned that the coast of Ymir province is likely soon to become the center of yet another large-scale battle. Upon reaching out for the comment, a spokesman for the Alliance forces said, "Several rebel forces have joined together and seem to be planning to launch an attack against us. We intend to dispatch them with all of our military strength. We strongly recommend that residents in those areas evacuate as soon as possible." Incident. A strange knight appears in the east. We have received reports that the Kreutz and provincial army clashed against a mysterious large weapon resembling the Alliance's own Asher Knight. The Alliance believes it to be an inferior imitation of the Asher Knight and is increasing security while trying to pinpoint its current whereabouts. Right. That being said, we have 3. We could keep 3 bonding events. I already kind of forgot who all the people were. I think ಠಃLove. Is it ಠಃLove? ಠಃLove, Elisa, Sharon, and maybe Machias, I believe. Well, we're gonna keep the newest members, of course. If you're heading off to pray, I'd be happy to join you. That's the plan. Nice to have some company. It's something I wanted to talk to you about anyway. I guess the goddess is smiling on me already. What would that be? Let's find out. We drink a little bit of water. I'm kind of surprised he wanted to come and pray all of a sudden. He never really struck me as much of a religious man. Well, cause I'm not really. I only really come to church to pray before the big jobs. What brought you here today then? You even need to ask? I wanted to pray for you kids' futures, as well as the future of all of us in the Bracer Guild. Both to Adios and my other goddess. Whoa, who's the other goddess? Kind of an embarrassing question to answer, to tell you the truth. But she's the woman who set me on the road to becoming a bracer. Shout out to my girl Line, man. And shout out to Ein. Ein Selnate, right? That's how you say her last name. They got me jamming out, man. Oh. It all started back in the day when I was still working for old Mitch. This is a banger already. This is a fucking classic in the making. We talking to ಠಃLove right now about two people that's near and dear to him. Oh man, shout out to Mitch, man. I miss seeing you. I ended up getting caught in some trouble involving an artifact, you see. And she's the one who helped me get through it all. If you don't mind me asking, what kind of trouble? Let's just say that's one experience I'll be happy to never relive. I was pretty skilled with arts even back then, but if she hadn't come when she did, I'd have been a goner. He's a tad on the violent side though. The kind of person who could take out a whole Jaeger corpse with her bare hands. That sounds about right. Even just the aura she gives off is dangerous. I think a tad might be putting it lightly. Still, that was how we met, and she saw the potential I had when it came to arts. Thanks to her, I ended up finding my true calling. I threw away all the aliases I had been using up until that point, and just became ಠಃLove Randonor, the Bracer, and that's how I'm going to stay. Oh man, ಠಃLove is my fucking guy, bro. You guys know I've been Team ಠಃLove for a while now. I loved him when I was reading Carnelia and in the Ring of Judgment. And now, just having ಠಃLove around, it's so peak, man. Anyway, I guess that's what I'm trying to say is people at the end of the day are the sum of their experiences. It's obviously a lot you don't know about your past. That's not what defines who you are. What does define you are the choices you make, the paths you choose. That's what I think, at least. ಠಃLove. Oh. Well, anyway, you still got more of your classmates to find. And even then, you still got plenty of time to find exactly what it is you want to do with your life. But if you ever need any advice, you can always come talk to me. We already know what that talk's gonna look like. He's trying to recruit him. That bracer lifestyle. But honestly, I do think a bracer, he fits being a bracer to a T. Like the way he goes about things. Because like I said, he's probably similar to how Sara might have been, when she was younger. Because she's definitely always praising him, so I feel like they're very cut from the same cloth. But a part of me doesn't want him to be a bracer. I know you're probably thinking, well, you've been saying he might be a bracer for forever. But yeah, I don't, just because I feel that way doesn't mean I want him to be a bracer. Because personally, we already have, protagonist that's a bracer. We already have Estelle and Joshua. You've got Lloyd doing his own thing, Detective Lloyd in the building, so Ring, he definitely needs to find something. And it'd be cool if it's something different. Thanks, ಠಃLove. I still have no idea what I want to do after all of us meet up, or after the war's over. But hopefully by the end of it, I'll have a better idea. There we go. Their conversation finished, Ring and ಠಃLove offered up silent prayers to the goddess, and swore once again to survive trials of war and come out on the other side. Your bond with ಠಃLove strengthened. Bro, ಠಃLove always has the best bonding events, bro. Nobody can tell me otherwise. He became a bracer thanks to a woman he met when involved in some trouble regarding an artifact. There are a lot of giant question marks in your past. So what? That's not what defines who you are as a person. You know what will, and the choices you make and the path you choose. At least, that's the way I've always seen it. So just be sure to take some time to think about the choices you make. Oh, and if you ever want my advice, you know where I'll be. He's way too fucking cool. ಠಃLove is really that guy, man. Spending some bonding time with our boy Machias. Rain and Machias enthusiastically ran off to the Phoenix Wings to grab the chess set. Then they sat down for their game with coffee in hand. Well, this is going just swell. I figured you'd be rusty enough for me to maybe stand a chance at winning, but no. You're as sharp as ever. I wasn't part of the chess club for nothing. You're doing a good job at holding your own though, so don't feel too bad. You're reminding me of how tenacious a player Stefan was. No. You miss your boy Machias? He was the captain of the lower class chess club, wasn't he? I wonder what he's up to right now. I wish I knew. He's a hot-blooded guy though. Can't picture him sitting around idly. I wonder what the students from the upper class chess club are doing too. You're worried about them, aren't you? I know you were competing against them initially, but it looked like you guys were putting your differences behind you. You were. At the end of the day, this war was started by the Noble Alliance, not by nobles as a whole. For every noble who's in favor of it, there's another who's as much of a victim of it as commoners are. Yo, look at Machias. Look at how my boy is speaking now. He's a changed man, because boy, if this was Machias from the early days, he would have been talking so much shit. The character growth from him is at an all-time high for sure. You've changed. Back when we first met, all it took was someone whispering the word noble to set you off on a rant. Well, I'd like to believe I've been able to mature a little since enrolling at the academy. Either way, with my father being one of the many victims of this war after his arrest, I can only hope we can do something to better the situation for everyone. Yeah, same here. But I'm sure we'll be fine. No matter how desperate things seem, if you keep searching for ways to turn things around, you'll find one. That's true for this Civil War as much as it is for a game of chess. Speaking of a game of chess, oh boy, we're in for some serious chess shenanigans sooner rather than later, because the Chancellor he's around. He is not dead. And just like he said back in Trails in the Sky the Third, yo, everybody, and I mean everybody, is a piece on the board. self included. So it's about to be tough. It's about to get tough. Depending on how things go and how the future gets shaped, yeah, everybody might have to start making some big time decisions on what they're trying to do, because there's a lot going on. I ain't getting in the chest now, are you? Well, I do see what you mean. All we could do is keep looking for that one move that will change everything. Crap, why'd you move that piece there? Talk about perfect timing. That there is one move that changed the game. I might be able to win against you after all, huh? We'll see about that. I'm only just getting started. Uh-oh. The game continued with Machias determined to win, and while he did secure his victory, it was a challenging game throughout, and it was safe to say both he and Reen thoroughly enjoyed themselves in the process. Their bond with Machias strengthened. Hey, we got the level up too. Yeah, I have to admit, I wasn't expecting that game to get quite so heated. But that's what made it so much fun. I can't wait to cross wits with you again. You too, Machias. Spend some time with Milligan. Little Millie. Snowboarding, huh? Want me to join you? I hate to assume, but I'm guessing you've never gone before. I grew up around snow, so I can show you the ropes if you want.
You mean it? That'd be awesome, but I did say I had to lend Claire a hand today. Go have fun. You can help me out later. Boom! Schedule cleared. Let's go carve some powder. That's what you say, right?
My girl said, let's go carve some powder. They might start thinking you're talking about something else. Hey. Okay, let's go, little Millie.
Of course, it's super nice looking.
Yep, all the younger guys in the village helped make it. It goes for me too, of course. It was a while before enrolling at the academy.
Really? Neat. Alright, time to have some fun.
But you've never used a snowboard, right? You should probably start by learning the basics instead of trying to have a race right off the bat.
Nah, why would I go through all that boring stuff when I've got Lammy?
Huh? What do you mean you've got Lammy? Aren't you here to snowboard? Why are you pulling out Lammy? You're gonna ride Lammy? That's not really snowboarding though. What kind of trouble are you conjuring up this time?
Lammy! I'll race on Lammy, you race on your snowboard, and we'll see who claims victory.
You can't be serious. There's not much point in racing on a snowboarding course if you're just going to fly over everything.
But it'll be fun, and fun's all that matters. So let's go.
And victory is mine.
Look at you, Rain. I can't believe you beat Lammy.
Well, I'm pretty used to snowboard. This is the beginner course. Eric Gatlin sure is fast though. Racing against him reminded me of when we were chasing you two all across the highlands.
Guess you did, huh? Lammy can do way more than this though. Probably the only one who can really take him down would be that one girl and Sammy.
Uh-oh, here we go. Actually, now that you brought that up, you wouldn't happen to know anything about her, would you? I mean, you've got the same surname. It can't be a coincidence.
Beats me. All I can tell you is that it was definitely the first time we've ever met.
Okay, so Milliam has no fucking clue, so that means Claire and all of them are keeping her in the dark. So I would not be surprised if, of course, the Chancellor knows and Elector as well. But they're not telling Milliam for a reason, and I think we might be able to understand what that reason is. Because they definitely have to tie into the 13 factories. Especially after what Blue Blanc said, it just makes sense.
Maybe she's a friend of a friend or something.
A friend of a friend wouldn't have your same last name as you. I mean, it's possible, but I mean, damn, you guys same body type, air Gatlins all across the board. Like, come on, Milliam. That doesn't explain the surname. You know, I really don't know much about Milliam. Yeah, we don't, which is what I've been saying for the longest time. We might be classmates, but she doesn't talk much about her background. Maybe she's just not ready to. That could be the case, or maybe the girl just doesn't know.
Yeah, who cares who she is anyway? Friend, foe, or distant relative, she kidnapped Elise and the princess, right?
Well, yeah, but
We're gonna save the ring. If fighting her is what it takes to make it happen, then that's just what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna help because that's what classmates are for, right?
no, look at Milliam. Right, you are. Thanks, Milliam. We still don't have any clues as to where the two of them actually are. But I'll be counting on you to help us find out and to rescue them when the time comes.
You betcha.
He's so sweet. They stayed out for a while longer to enjoy the wintry scenery together. Then they headed back to Ymir. The bond with Milliam strengthened. Gotta level up too. Oh, look at these two. Look at the sisters. We got a lot of sisters out here. Got Claire, Milliam, got Elisa and Sharon. Goodness.
Thanks for coming with me, Rain. Next time I gotta try turning Lamey into a board or something. That'd be awesome.
What can't Lamey do?
Putting Milliam's questionable observational skills aside.
Okay, she's saying the same thing. I thought she was gonna say something different now that they're in a different spot. So this is kind of out of the blue. Would you mind telling me a bit about Ouroboros? If you can, anyway. I feel like I should learn as much about them as possible since we're almost definitely going to face off again.
Goodness. Would you be willing to accompany me into the mountain path again?
Huh? I mean, sure, but why?
You'll see when we get there. So if you need some time to get ready, I can wait.
Oh boy. Sounds like we're gonna be fighting some shit. Hopefully not fighting her though. Oh, a dead end? What exactly did you bring me here for, Sharon? Is there something here that I'm not seeing?
This should be far enough from the village. We wouldn't want to cause any trouble for anyone.
Oh boy. What are you doing?
Please draw your blade, Masterine. Allow me to take this opportunity to give you a little due to practice.
Practice? Where did this come from?
I'm sure you don't need me to inform you of this, but Ouroboros has chosen to support the Noble Alliance in their endeavors. The agents assisting them are incredibly powerful and skilled, much like the Phantom Thief.
They're all that powerful?
Should you choose to define the way you and your classmate fight as good, then the society of Ouroboros is nothing short of evil. Trying to fight evil such as that head on is pure folly. But I too am part of the society. Perhaps by fighting me, you can discover something that will help you stand up to them. And I think that will be far more useful to you than simply learning information about the group that may serve no purpose.
I see. Alright then, I accept your challenge.
No holding back, Master Reen. I need to see what you're truly capable of.
At least she doesn't have that crazy look in her eyes. Their impromptu training session then quickly began. Sharon showed no mercy, subjecting Reen to the full might of her many skills, and he struggled valiantly to find an opening to mount the counterattack, barely enduring her onslaught. Damn, we got woofed up.
That was wonderful. It takes some impressive skill to be able to catch one of my steel wires in such a short period of time.
I was only able to catch one though. If this had been a real combat situation and you were fighting to kill, I would have been torn to shreds long before that.
Oh, that may well be true. Still, you determinedly tried to find ways to turn overwhelming odds in your favor, never once giving up. Seeing that was enough to make me believe this practice session was not in vain.
Do you mind if I ask you a question, Sharon? Why do you do so much to help us when you're supposedly still with Ouroboros? It seems strange to be trained on how to fight against their members by someone who's a part of the group.
The enforcers of Ouroboros are granted a certain degree of freedom in what we do. I simply exercise that freedom to choose serving yourselves and the Reinford family over Ouroboros. Though the fact that I am a member of the society does not change, of course.
That clears up approximately nothing for me.
At the very least, I can assure you that you have nothing to worry about. Until this war reaches a conclusion, I'll fight alongside you and your classmates, that I promise. My love and my devotion are with not only Lady Elisa, but with each and every one of you. I swear to the goddess I will protect and fight for you with all that I am.
Thank you. We'll be counting on you, Sharon. Always.
Nothing would make me happier.
Oh, yeah, Sharon is so lovely. Such a wonderful person despite being a part of Ouroboros. Their conversation over, Sharon gave Reen first aid for the injuries he had sustained during the battle, and together they happily returned to Ymir. The bond with Sharon strengthened. Notebook updated, huh? The Severing Chains. He fought against Reen in order to train him to better stand up to Ouroboros, which she remains part of.
I must admit, I found that training incredibly rewarding. But now that you've exercised, you should eat something nutritious and take a rest. Nothing that will spoil your appetite for tonight's dinner, of course.
Spoken like a true caretaker. Let's hang out with our boy. Why don't we clear up some of this snow then? It hasn't been coming down that hard, but it never hurts to have a clean walkway. It's good exercise too. No complaints here. Let's borrow some shovels and get to work. Reen and Gaius headed over to the mansion storehouse to borrow a couple of shovels. And once they were adequately equipped, they started clearing snow off of some of the village's more popular pathways. We finished that in record time. Thanks for all the help. Although it is still snowing, so I'm sure it'll build up again before long. Still, it was good exercise, so it wasn't all for nothing. All that work warmed me up a bit too. Oh yeah, from the constant moving around and shoveling. I wish I could say the same about my fingers and toes. I'm surprised you're not freezing with how lightly you're dressed though. Yeah, honestly. Well, it's chilly all year round on the highlands. We don't get snow like you find here, but I'm used to dealing with the cold. I mean, I guess so, but I feel like that's two different levels of cold if you ask me, man. Oh, really? Well, if you say so. I mean, I'm fairly used to cold weather too, but I don't think living here all my life's ever stopped me from feeling cold. Anyway, you alright with stopping by the foot bath to warm up a bit? Doesn't sound like a bad idea. It really is relaxing. It's a pleasure to be able to use the springs here again after our last visit. I think there are a few on the outskirts of the highlands, but it's never been our custom to soak in them like this. Well, every country's different, I guess. There really is a lot to love about Erebonia. I still hope to bring my whole family here once everything's calmed down. That'll be a great experience for them. Really? Toma, Lily, and Sheeta really did seem sad to see you go. You must be worried about them. Yeah. Nord's no longer in any immediate danger, but it's still difficult to rest easy with the war raging on. The sooner everyone can return to living in peace, the better. Yeah. And then when that happens, I want to show them more of this great country. Not tanks, not soldats, but the things that made me come to see Erebonia as a second home to begin with. Like the snow and the hot springs here. And this place is just one of the many stunning places to see, each one rich with tradition. This man Gaius has a way with words, dog. Like anytime he's speaking, man, it's just so chill and calming. And you can just see how intelligent of a person he really is. Like out of everyone in our group, I think the one that's most put together for me, it has to be this guy. There is no one I think that's more put together than him in our class. I'm trying to think. I don't think there is one. He is complete. Like, this dude, and it makes sense. Like, it's not like you can't really rob him of like, oh, he doesn't change or he doesn't do this, because you gotta understand from the perspective of him. Like, he comes from Nord and he's had to deal with having a lot on his shoulders, being the eldest son and having to, help take care of his younger siblings. So it matured him at a faster rate than everyone else. Like, you'd be surprised how drastic of a change the eldest child can go through once he starts having like multiple siblings. Now me, I'm the youngest, but I understand the weight of what an elder child has to go through, because you see what they have to go through. Maybe when their mom or their dad, they're working or not around, who do you think has to take care of everyone? The eldest has to step up. They have to learn how to do everything. Cook, clean, all of it. Even when they're young themselves. But shout out to guys for being a dope ass big brother. Just a great person. I really hope you can. I still don't know how much we can do, but we'll put our best foot forward to see what we can make a reality. We know how much your family means to you guys, and I hope we can help you reunite with them. Thanks. That means a lot. That was one of my favorite bonding events, man. That was like on the level of the ಠಃLove one. Your bond with guys strengthened. And we got the level up. I'd like to show Doma, Lily, and Sheeta more of Erebonia once it's safe. There's so many beautiful things and rich cultural traditions to see, like the snow and the hot springs here, for example. I guess that's just another reason to pick up my spear and keep fighting. Spoken like a true Nordian. Spend time with Elisa? Let's do it. It's our girl after all. That does sound good. Can I come with?
The more the merrier. Let me just finish up my shopping and we can head over.
After Reen helped Elisa carry her purchases back home, the two of them made their way over to the foot bath.
You can feel the warmth coursing through your whole body. It feels like all my exhaustion's just melting away.
Yeah, the foot bath's nice all year round, but it's really something special during the winter. The last time we were here, it was still early fall, so I imagine you can feel the difference too.
I can actually. I think it was winter when I came here with my family as a little girl too.
Oh yeah, you mentioned last time we were here that you'd been once with your family. Do you remember how long ago?
Well, my father was still alive, so it was around 9 years ago, I suppose. It was grandfather's idea to bring us all here. This was back before Sharon joined our family too.
It sounds exactly like something he'd suggest. It was 9 years ago. That'd make it a few years or so after my dad adopted me. It's a surprise they didn't run into each other.
Oh, how funny would it be if we actually bumped into each other back when we were kids? We couldn't stay for long since everyone was really busy with work at the end, or at the time. But I'll treasure the memory forever. The whole family together laughing, smiling, mother and father at my side.
Things are a lot different now, man. It's sad.
It's amazing how much can change in 9 years. Everything is completely different now, both at home and in Erebonia as a whole. I just hope Mother is alright wherever she is now.
Give me a minute.
A minute for what? What's this?
It's called a happiness hair. They're seen as kind of a good luck charm around here. Bro, you know what I almost read that as? I almost didn't even say happiness hair. I almost said happiness stone. Yo, that's a classic right there, man. You only know if you play Skyler. Like you really only understand it. Normally, you'd put a bit more effort into making one and use different materials, but this'll do for now.
No, it's a sweet little thing, isn't it?
I know, right? When we were kids, Elise used to always make one for me whenever she thought I was down. Oh, shout out to my baby sis, man. Shout out to the best little sis.
Oh. Sorry, you must be as worried about her as I am about Mother.
I'm sure she's just fine. That's what I'm choosing to believe. So just try and believe that your mom is fine too. I'm sure that you'll be reunited with her before long. Just don't give up hope.
Yeah, I won't.
Come on, don't cry. Here, this'll cheer you up. Don't worry,
Wait, was that a memory from when I came here as a little girl?
Elisa. Sorry, I guess it's a little childish to think something like this would cheer you up.
Oh no, that's not it at all. Thanks for the encouragement, Rean. I won't give up. And I'll keep believing that we'll both be reunited with our families before long.
That's what I like to hear. Now, what was that? She remembered something? After that, they soaked their feet in the foot bath for a while longer and enjoyed some pleasant conversation. When they got out, Rean bade farewell to Elisa, who chose to return to the general store. Was that one of her family members, or was that actually Rean that said that to her? As a kid, your bond with Elisa strengthened.
Those foot baths are really great. Just one little dip and your whole body warms up. Maybe I'll get Sharon to join me next time.
I'm honestly surprised you haven't already. Alright, well, we have done everything. And that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to get back on, finish up the bonding events, and get ready for our next recording session. Because it'll be the start of the next day, so you might as well just go over here. So I will see you guys next time for more Trails of Cold Steel 2. Take care.